fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Skap attack has finally lost his mind. You probably thought he lost his mind weeks or months ago, whatever the case is. But Skap has finally lost his mind. He's saying that Joker and Greek Freak should team up. He's sick of it. The organization has not brought them any help. They don't have any help. The organization has wasted their time. Has wasted their years in the NBA by not getting them no help. Also, he goes on to talk about, the teams that do have, the superstars that do have help. And at one point, this guy said that LeBron, yes, he's playing with Luka Doncic. And then he goes on to say that the Lakers are something like a good or great defensive team. Are you kidding me? The Lakers? With what, the referees? I'm telling you, this guy is so desperate that, again, he dissed Drew Holiday in his video. You guys got to watch it. Made Drew Holiday, again, sound like he was nothing because, he played with Giannis. He was nothing. Wow. This is crazy, folks. He also never addresses why Joker let those guys sign those contracts. And don't let him tell you that, oh, no, that's an organization. No. Joker got rid of that head coach. You know that, right? Joker got rid of Mike Malone. Once you reach that superstar status, the superstar status that we're trying to tell you about, you might not get like a superstar player. It might be hard. It took Kobe a minute to get a superstar player. Michael Jordan, he had to he had to mold Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant and something like that. But you're definitely gonna have a say so in the team not letting guys sign max contracts and big contracts if they're trash. Okay? And I'm telling you again, Joker wants to play with Murray, Porter Jr., and Gordon. He let those guys sign those contracts, and it was no problem. It was no problem. They just won a championship together, folks. This is what exposes Skap, right? The fact that these guys are trash, but they just won a championship together. So that means his competition was trash. This is not 5 years ago, folks. This was only 2 years ago. That means his competition was trash because those guys can't be that much trash already. They can't. And those same guys helped you win the championship. He was not calling them trash when he helped him win the championship, when they was hitting big shots. He wasn't. He wasn't. Now, this is what I'm going to say also. Because, he claims that, to be in that upper echelon or whatever like that, to be in that top 10, you need championships. But this is what I'm going to ask you. Who has won more than one championship in the 2020s? Who has won more than one championship in the 2020s? Not Curry, not Tatum, not Greek Freak, not Joker, not LeBron James. It's been different teams winning a championship in the 2020s. So we can say, really, there's no great teams. There's no great teams. Just because you load up with star players, it really don't mean you're going to win championships. It really don't. I don't think you really have the guys, even if you have a team up, that they're going to win, more than one championship. I don't think you have those type of guys with that type of mindset these days. When you look at Greek Freak, you look at, let's say you look at Greek Freak and you look at Dame Lillard. They don't have the mindset, man. They don't have the mindset. And to me, they might have the mindset on a one run, but they don't have the mindset to do it back to back. None of these guys in this era, I haven't seen it, man. I haven't seen it. He wants to put him in the upper echelon with the Kobe Bryants and the Michael Jordans and the Bill Russells and the Tim Duncans and stuff like that. Well, guess what? Guess what? Joker doesn't hold his teammates accountable. Joker ain't holding his teammates accountable. That's it, folks. You say all you want. He's a great player, but he don't hold his teammates accountable. To me, he's really not a leader. Seriously, when you think about guys who are great leaders, Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, we won't call Tim Duncan really a leader as far as his passion and his voice or nothing like that, but he showed it on the court on both ends. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, these type of guys. There's even more, but I don't really look at Joker as a leader. I just don't. He don't never talk. He don't want to be, he act like he don't even want to be associated with the NBA. Seriously. He acts like he don't even want to be associated with the NBA as far as being one of the faces of the NBA. How do you have a 3-time MVP and he ain't even be promoted as the face of the NBA? I'm just saying. But yeah, according to Skap, they need to team up Giannis and Joker because they've been cheated. Wow. You know what I hope? And I know this for Giannis, this is something that, is definitely going to elude him this year because of Dame time. And they got him this help. I don't know why he's trying to put Giannis in this category because Giannis just got help. This is on Dame time. This is for real. This is the stuff that, leaders ain't with. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Some of these guys are just out here playing basketball. Because this trash that Dame is exhibiting is something that shouldn't be. I don't care about no blood. Everybody can have a Care Bear story for this guy and give him hugs and teddy bears and flowers. I don't care. Ain't nothing wrong with this guy. This is a guy who don't want to live up to his contract. This is a guy who steals money, continues to steal money, and will always have an excuse why he ain't playing. Now, this series ain't over. It's far from over. They can go home and win 2 straight. Milwaukee can. So the series is not over. But what I hope is Milwaukee wakes up, starts winning, and, Denver Nuggets win this series, and they go on to play whoever, and they win that series. I hope the damn Denver Nuggets go to the championship game so Skap can look stupid. One damn game, and it's over with Denver. This is what this guy is saying. The Clippers are going to win this one after Denver won game 1. He don't say nothing about Joker having 7 turnovers in that game. Joker really not being clutch in the 4th quarter. Joker not being clutch in that overtime. It's ridiculous. Joker does nothing wrong as long as he gets stats. That's it. See, if anybody else was getting stats and losing and barely winning, that would be a problem. Now, do you want stats or do you want to win? Do you want your point guard being an official point guard and a facilitator? Or do you want these fake stats? Because everybody knows nobody is looking at this guy like he's a real facilitator. Nobody's looking at him like that. He just always got the ball in his hand like LeBron James. Like Luka Doncic. These are ball hogs, man. I'm trying to tell you. When people look back and they say, oh, Michael Jordan, he shot all these shots, he's a ball hog. Michael Jordan didn't possess the ball like that. Michael Jordan got the ball and shot. He wasn't sitting around dribbling around. That's these era guys. That's the James Hardens and these type of dudes, jokers, and they want all these assists. They want all these easy rebounds. Things like that. Michael Jordan didn't want that. So yeah, the Rockets won, and to me it's really no big deal. Rockets, they was gonna win a game. Ain't nobody think it was gonna be a sweep. Golden State, they did what they had to do. They got one game out of it. The Cavs won, and the Celtics, I won't say they barely won, but they it wasn't a blowout or nothing like that. Hopefully we can get over this first round. There's really no great first round matchups. It's a couple, but when we're talking about 2 and 7 and the 1-8, it really ain't too exciting. These guys should just be taking care of business and doing what they got to do. We'll see these other matchups, what they're supposed to bring. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny sometimes, man. This NBA, it's gonna be interesting. See these second round matchups. It really don't matter who it is. That's what we're really waiting for, the second round matchups. I don't think too many people care about these first round matchups. There's a couple of them though. The Lakers and the Timberwolves. That's a good matchup. And let's see who's playing tonight. Matter of fact. Yeah, imagine that. Greek Freak and Joker matching up, which I would go ahead and put them together. I don't care. Guess what? They would have to give up their stats. Who's going to be the facilitator? Because, Joker is always trying to be the facilitator. And Greek, he's always trying to be the facilitator now. Dame ain't running that Dame ain't facilitating for that team, man. He just ain't. Look at all these teams still playing before the Lakers even play again. This is crazy. So you got the Knicks and Pistons today, the Thunder and Grizzlies, and you got the Nuggets and Clippers. Now let me see something. So we know the Lakers play. They finally play again on Friday. And the Magic and Celtics play again on Friday. And then the Pacers and Bucks play again. Oh, wow. So Saturday, of course, all these teams play again. The Grizzlies and Thunder, the Nuggets and the Clippers, and then, LA don't play again. Of course, they're not going to play again on a Saturday on back-to-back, but I'm just saying, man. So they play on Sunday again. So let's see, after, they play those two at home, let's see when they play again. So they don't play on Tuesday. Let me get this right. So they play on Sunday. This is crazy. The Lakers play on Sunday because they play on Friday, but they play on Sunday. But Tuesday, they don't play on Tuesday. And everybody's just playing. It seems like every other day, like everybody's playing. Look at this schedule. Go to ESPN and look at the schedule. It's crazy. I've never seen nothing like this ever. So they don't play again until Wednesday. And they're back at home. Hold on real quick. So they play on Wednesday at home. Let me see. Oh, yeah, because they play Sunday in Minnesota. This is damn confusing. Friday, they play in Minnesota. Sunday, they play in Minnesota. But Wednesday, they play. But all these other teams, they don't get this many days off, folks. Look at the schedule. Everybody's playing. Everybody's just playing, and they're just taking a day off. Or taking these days off. It's like, do they, what? Wow. And we were saying this about the regular season schedule. The regular season schedule was backloaded. It was so many games in back-to-backs in the schedule at the end of the year, or at the end of their schedule. It was backloaded with all these back-to-backs, and, every other day. It was like ridiculous. So they basically got all these damn days off during the regular season. It was crazy. They was going like only playing like 2 times a week, sometimes 1 time a week, and they was getting a lot of primetime games. They didn't have to play like on, Mondays or Tuesdays. They was always playing on like Saturdays and, Fridays and Sundays. That's what the league was keeping them at, these primetime games. They might have one game during the week, like a Wednesday or something like that. But most of their games were like on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sunday, so they can be in the spotlight. so they can, have a primetime game at night. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, the treatment that this LeBron James actually gets, and he's not this. The thing about his career, they act like his career isn't over. They act like LeBron James' career isn't over. Like, I mean, y'all done heard this from me before, and I say it again a lot and a lot. They act like this guy is like 10 years into his career or whatever like that. And, okay, well, how's it going to end? How's it going to, what are we going to look at in the next 6 years, next 8 years, next 5 years or something like that? He's only been in the league 10 years, right? This is something we're looking at Joker, right? 10 year, what's it going to be? How's Joker's career going to end? And 10 years into it, Joker hasn't cheated the game, right? He hasn't cheated to get ahead. And at the end of the day, there's no dominance from LeBron James. There's no dominance. Where's the statistical titles for dominance? There's got to be some type of dominance, either championships, statistical titles. Where's the dominance? We don't have any. His championships aren't dominant. When, let's just say he's stuck with one super team and he was dominant like that, right? And he won 3 in a row or, something like that. And then he maybe left the Cleveland the second time, came back to Cleveland, and, he was dominant there. He won 3 there. And he won 2 with the other super team, Miami. No, he didn't. Or finally, he got he got to LA. And then he won, let's say if he won 2 in LA, because we all do consider that super team now with Dwight Howard against the 2020 competition, folks. We done seen how the 2020 competition done shaped out now. It's a complete joke. It's a complete joke. That's what the 2020 competition really is. It's a complete joke. So he's never even won 2 in a row over here, or two in the 2020s, let's say. So let's say if he won 2 in the 2020s, and then, in the 210s, because that was a long stretch for him, right? It was exhausting for us. We remember this, right? All those finals appearances, 8 straight. Ugh. Let's say he came out of that. He got 8, right? 8 straight. So if he came up out of that and he won 5, you lost 3. You won 2 more when you got to with the Lakers. So that's 7 right there. And then he lost another one in the early 2000s. So what are we looking at? 4? 4. So he would have 4 losses, something like that? 2? He won 5 out of 8. And that means he would have lost 3, and then he lost another one 2007. That's 4. And then he won 2 in LA in the 2020s, and then yeah. So that's 7 and 3. It's not that bad. It still ain't better than 6-0, but that's what he really needed to do. He had no reason, losing in the first round next year, depleting that team and all this stuff in LA. It's just ridiculous. But this is what we got from this guy. We got like longevity stats. So basically, this is what this guy does. You got like a Olympian who has a longevity record. I mean, I can't really think of any who ever did this, right? But think of like an Olympian who went to the Olympics for like 20 years. In those 20 years, he only won like 4 times. But there's guys that won more than 4. They done won 5, 6, something like that. But those guys that won more than him, they've been done retired. They gone. And this dude, who is Olympian, he just keeps playing and showing up, which is great. You keep qualifying. You keep qualifying to be in Olympic Games. But that don't mean you're the best, or the second best, or the third best. If there's Olympians in your event that have won more than you, especially in a shorter time, that's even more embarrassing. It's not embarrassing that it happened per se. It's embarrassing that you claim that you're the best Olympian in that event, and dudes done came in and came out and won more than you in that event, or guys, was in the Olympics before you in the past and won more than you. But somehow you claim you're the best in that event because you qualified in that event more than those guys? It doesn't make any sense. This is what we've been told. That's the greatness of this guy right here. Qualification. A guy who keeps qualifying but not winning. Maybe he might, he keeps winning the bronze, and he has more bronze than the guys have, golds. Or maybe he has, but the other guys didn't play for bronze. Every time they played, they won gold. The guys is ahead of him, basically. So this is his career, man. It's nuts. So I'm gonna get back on this Shannon Sharp thing. I've been getting, people have been coming at me for my comments, about the whole thing, and you can't take this stuff personal, man. I mean, I'm gonna just wait. So tell me what you think.